Welcome back
to Barefaced Banter.
What's up?
Wow.
Now we all of a
long time
sudden
no
don't
see.
know how to do a podcast.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I was just saying this and Miranda said to shut up so I could talk about it on the podcast. I hadn't seen her nails in person and they're so cute.
super bright pink.
What did you say they were like?
My nail girl calls them frosted, what'd she say? Frosted donuts? Pink frosted donuts? I don't know.
Oh, it's because the Hailey Bieber's the frosted donut.
Yeah, I
situation.
guess. They're
Mine are like
super
alien
bright.
donut.
Yeah.
Little alien donut, right?
They have like
Why'd
kind
you
of a
say
green,
interesting?
well, because they kind of have like a green little,
Well,
like,
they go green, orange. It's
yeah.
called unicorn chrome.
I love that.
Wow.
But anyways, aside from our nails, how was your weekend?
Well, actually, it wasn't that bad. It was just a lot of like prepping because Zach and I are going to the East Coast this weekend. And so,
Oh, fun.
yeah, it was my last weekend of being able to like do everything.
Okay.
And just like, it's so silly in my mind. I'm like, talking about my RoboVac is not interesting to anybody, but that's what I tried doing this weekend. I had to fix my RoboVacuum.
Your RoboVac.
Yeah, because that stupid.
I hate those things.
Okay, I love it, but what I didn't like is that it unprogrammed itself somehow. I don't know. The AI's. I must have not said thank you one time, but it decided to start vacuuming our rug, but it's a mop and a vacuum.
Oh, stop! So it got everything wet.
So no, it's just like black. So the rug is all dirty. So I stopped using it. And then I was like, okay, I need to reprogram it because my mom's going to be watching the dogs. And it's just like, there's so much dog hair and it's just nice that it like cleans everything at night.
So
But
you
then,
sound like you got your hands full before your trip.
yes.
Your
And-
robot's taking over your house.
yeah.
Like,
but it's okay because I fixed it. So
okay, cool.
that was my weekend. And
Cool.
then a story that I'll have to add in later about my trip to South Coast Plaza, aka Zara.
Oh my gosh! Just tell it now. Just tell it now.
No, how was your weekend?
Okay, my weekend was. What did I do? I took a couple clients.
Took a couple clients.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I know. I was joking. And the way that you said it,
Did
like,
I say it
took a
weird?
couple clients.
Is that weird?
I don't know.
I treated a couple clients. Whatever.
Saw a
I
couple
saw
clients?
a couple clients. Yeah. Okay. I know. Maybe I'm talking weird. But what else did I do?
Isn't it the worst when someone asks you what you did over the weekend? Every time I go into work on Monday,
I
someone
don't
goes like,
remember.
"How was your weekend?" And I have to sit there and be like, "What the hell did I do this
It
weekend?"
flew by. I slept. Oh, you know what? I did take a couple naps. I'm not gonna lie. I did. That's my
She
favorite
said,
part of the weekend.
I took a couple naps.
Yeah, but so you're going on a trip soon.
Yes.
And are you excited? Tired?
I
Nervous?
mean, I'm excited to go because we're going to Rhode Island and I've never been there before.
Okay.
So, like, the furthest I've gone, I think New York's the furthest. No, that's a lie. Connecticut's
Aren't
the
they
furthest.
like the same?
Yeah, but it's like further. You know what I mean?
Like 2 steps.
I mean, it's a couple hours.
Is it?
Yeah, like Connecticut
Oh,
to.
I thought they were like connected.
I think Zach's grandma, because we're gonna be seeing her. Zach's grandma's house is like I think it's like a almost 2-hour drive or something.
Oh, okay.
But it's like in California terms, it's not far.
Yeah, no.
But in
I'm
like East Coast state terms, it's far.
they don't travel like that. Yeah.
No, their
Yeah,
states
yeah.
aren't like 12 hours long.
Okay.
So,
Which airline are you flying?
ooh, we got a good deal on one ways. So we're flying JetBlue that way.
Okay, why you say it like that? I love JetBlue.
Really?
I don't mind them. They're
I
not
haven't
bad.
flown JetBlue since they stopped their like Bliss partnership or whatever. It was a
Oh.
very long time ago.
Okay,
I
I'm
was
like-
like an adolescent child.
I mean, at least you're not flying like Spirit or Frontier.
I would never.
I would, but
I would
I
never.
don't like to.
No, Miranda, I would never. I can't. You have no problem not picking a seat,
What do you mean?
and they don't let you take your bag, right?
I mean,
Isn't it no carry-on and like no seat?
Peasant airline.
They throw
but
you in the bunk.
You know what? Honestly, Spirit is very accurate name because if you fly it enough, you might become a spirit. I'm just like, it's just horrible.
Wait, that's so good. I've never heard somebody say that about
Really?
Spirit.
That's like
No.
a thing. I swear because people are just like terrified of the yellow airplane. It's just like
The yellow airplanes. Hopefully, no airline comes out with a yellow. You know what? They probably wouldn't. You're right.
No, it's very branded.
I guess is Frontier the same?
Frontier's green.
No, I meant
as far as
quality
like,
wise.
I
Yeah,
mean,
right?
they're pretty on the same. Yeah, like price
If they're like
point, same
$100,
quality.
I'm sketched out. I'm like, what am I going?
$100?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if all the other flights are like
Oh, like
$500
cheaper, you mean?
and then it's like
Oh.
$169, I'm
Oh,
like,
I'm booking that shit right away.
I'm questioning
Because
what's the problem here?
Well,
Am I gonna like get to line?
They run out of fuel on the way.
It's actually it's you're just going in a cargo ship. It's not even a plane at that point. Like,
Yeah,
how do I
but I
know?
just feel like I don't know. Depends for me. I'll do a short Spirit flight like to Vegas or something. That to me is worth it because I'm not
Okay,
eating on the flight. I'm not worried about even though airplane food is nasty
but then
anyways.
my question
But
of are you allowed to take a bag? Because I'm pretty sure that you pay for
yes. No,
carry-ons.
you can take a bag, but you have to pay for everything additional. Like you literally buy the ticket and then they're like, "Well, if you want to get on the flight, you still have to pay." Like it's like a joke. It's like,
You literally spend $100 just to get in line. Is that what it
yeah.
is?
They're
Okay.
like, "If you want to bring your your eyelashes, like
Yeah.
you
If you want to actually put both feet on the plane, you have to spend $100 extra per foot. So that's
no,
what
it's
it is.
literally ridiculous. You have to pay for everything. Like
See,
I actually flew Spirit recently to Vegas, okay? And I had to buy
okay, but that's
they didn't
literally
hand out
what's that? A
any
45
food.
minute
I
flight?
had to buy water. They didn't even have free water, bitch. Not even free
And it
water.
was probably recycled.
No, it was bottled. It was bottled.
That you don't think they filled those bottles up?
Oh,
It's toilet water.
ew. Stop.
It's actually
I'm suing Spirit Airlines.
the flight attendants are just doing community hours. They don't
They're
even
not
get
getting
paid.
paid.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's how it's so cheap.
No,
Everyone's
it's
getting their
so
hours.
horrible. No, I wouldn't
Um
normally book a Spirit, but I'm like I said, only short flights.
I think
I'll
it's
pay the
because
extra.
I'm very picky when I fly. Like
Yeah.
I'm the person that like I need to pick my seat.
Okay.
Like Southwest freaks me out
Okay.
because you don't get to pick a seat. You just like are supposed to like check in time, and then you're either like A, B, C, or like Z,
See,
and then you literally don't even get on the plane.
no, but that to me is super efficient. It
That's
gets fast. You get on faster.
but it's not
Like,
how you all have to like get in line.
yeah, but
Like
I
it's
mean,
kindergarten. You're like, okay, I'm A, and then
wait,
they're
your
like,
seat, you're behind me.
yeah,
They
it's
get
like,
all
oh no,
mad.
sorry, only
People,
A1
no,
through 15.
people get so freaking anal on
Yeah, dude.
Southwest flights. Like they literally like if you are like B35 and they're 36, they're literally mad if you're trying to stand like if they're trying to stand in front of you.
Miranda, I flew last minute to Seattle when my sister got a car accident one time, and I literally just like went to the airport and I was like, I need the last flight out of Santa Ana, whatever. So it literally was like gonna board in like 10 minutes, and I was like, I've never flown Southwest, but this is my only option. So I literally go there, and I've never flown Southwest. So I was like, I don't understand what I'm doing. They were like, okay, like you're like B or C something. And I was like, I don't know what that means. So I literally had to like ask someone standing in line. I was like, I don't know what this means. I've never flown Southwest. And the guy looked at me like I had two heads. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what do you mean, sir? And he was like, like, oh, you're C31 or whatever. Like, you have to wait or like get in
Until
line. And
yeah.
then I was like, oh, how interesting. And he's like, yeah, that's how it works.
I don't know. I don't hate Southwest. I'm not gonna be mad at it.
No, Southwest is fine. But
yeah.
that gave me so much anxiety that like I would spend an extra $100, $200 to not have to deal with that.
Like you want to know where you're sitting on the plane.
Not, I want to know. I'm picking. I'm cherry picking.
Oh.
If I'm not sitting, honestly, like
even if you're flying by yourself.
Miranda, even worse. If I'm by myself, I need to be comfortable.
Oh my gosh, no. If I'm by myself, I will sit on the roof of the plane. Like I don't even care. I'm just like get me to my destination.
That's
I don't
so
even
bonkers.
care. Really?
Yes,
I feel
dude.
like every seat is uncomfortable anyways unless you're in first class or something.
No.
For me it is.
Okay,
same.
but see, then I'm a window seat person. Like I prefer the window.
Okay,
what seat
I do
do you?
too. I do too.
Okay.
I only prefer the window because I like to sleep and like leaning on the side is
there's more space.
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Zach doesn't think
Yeah.
there's more space in the window, but I always give him the window and I take the middle.
Wow, that's so nice of you. You're a window person, but you give it to him?
Yeah, so that he has
Dang,
more room.
Zach, you a lucky man.
He did actually say that to me today because I realized that this is funny that we're talking about this because our seats, I didn't realize that like the seats that we had on this flight because we're going to Fort Lauderdale and then going to Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Because the direct flights were like $2,000 and I was like, nope,
what?
Not actually, but they were expensive.
But like ridiculous. That's
I'm
crazy.
not paying that. Like
Yeah,
I'll
no.
spend money, but I'm not going to spend money like that, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, the seats, I didn't realize it when we booked them. They're the one in front of the fucking exit row.
That's
and everybody no, the ones in front of the exit row, they don't recline.
Oh, that's the worst.
And I didn't realize it when we booked it. And so I literally was like checking our flights and I looked at it and I was like, well, looks like I'm spending $100 per person.
Oh my god.
Because I refuse to sit on a 5-hour flight.
Yeah, dude.
Like
that's
literally, I would.
But like realistically, the recline just goes from here to here.
No,
it's not that much.
But see,
different.
It makes a difference if the person in front of you reclines, and then you're just like,
that's true.
You're
Dude.
literally their head is like touching your
you're
fucking
trying to
nose.
watch your TV like this. You're double chin is
the
like
worst is when you're already watching a movie and then they're like, and then you're like, oh
your,
fuck,
your food on your tray just spills all over you. You're like,
dude, that's the worst.
there should be some sort of indication that they're about to just fucking put the shit.
I know there should be like a blinking light,
Yeah,
like the
like
second they press
a
it, you're like,
beep
oh,
sound or
fuck, and you like pick up all your fucking shit. But I made the
I hate
decision.
that.
I made a decision to say I'm gonna pay and move us to row 9, which
Okay.
is so much better than I was. It was like 17, and I think we picked the window in the aisle to do that like tricky thing where like no one books the middle between you.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think someone had booked, so I was like, I'm so over this. Like, we're gonna not recline and we're gonna be uncomfortable and we're literally just gonna be there. And like Zach already doesn't have fucking legroom and stuff, and I always feel bad.
Yeah.
And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just book us nicer seats. So I moved us up. And so the only option was the window and the middle. And so I was like, whatever. Like, I usually will just take middle. Sometimes he'll take it if I'm like really tired and pissy. Like, Zach's very nice to be like, okay, you can take it. Cause he knows I'm going to fucking throw my head on that window and be
Well,
like,
either way, you can sleep on him.
well, that's why I usually take middle because I'll just lift the armrest.
Exactly.
Once we're reclined, like he'll watch a movie, but he'll pass the fuck out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I'll just like grab his arm and like,
Exactly.
you know,
See, that's nice.
Yes.
I'd rather sleep on someone's shoulder than on the window, to be honest. So I feel like you got the better end of the stick.
No,
in that
literally
one.
what we have done sometimes, and it was so funny. I felt so bad. There was this like girl, she got on this flight like totally last minute, and they put her in the ones like literally there was a million seats open, and they put her in the seat in between the two of us. And this was the time we did that fun little, he's gonna take the aisle, I'm gonna take the window, and we're gonna put our stuff in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
This like fucking 17-year-old girl comes up with like a literal backpack for like her fucking whatever team she played for. And she's sitting in between us. And like, mind you, Zach and I, this whole time we were like, no one's sitting between us. No one's sitting between us because I kept checking the map.
Banking on it.
So we bought snacks that we were sharing. So this fucking girl is sitting between us and we're like passing salami and cheese in front of her the whole fucking
Why didn't
time.
you just ask her if you can switch with her?
Because I didn't want to give up my seat and he didn't want to give up his seat.
The aisle? You'd rather have the aisle?
He likes the aisle because he likes to like put his leg out and he likes to be the dude that like gets up.
You guys are split.
She fell asleep and then we were just like quietly like passing like crudités in front of her and shit, and then we like were opening like gummies and we were like, babe, psst, babe, psst. And it would be like I'd like tap him or I'll like try to text him and like stop his movie and he's like, what?
Oh my gosh. That's
So anyway,
funny.
I prefer to buy a seat and doing airlines
you just
that
don't like things that are unplanned. See,
100%.
I am totally the type of traveler that like whatever is thrown my way, I deal with it. Like I don't get,
you know,
I don't care. Like I'm like literally, like I said, roof of the plane, I'll be fine. Just as long as my bags get there too, I'm good.
so
And even if they don't, bitch, I'm fine too.
it's really funny though because I think I'm a normal flyer. Like I'm like a pretty calm flyer in my mind.
Okay.
But you are the extreme of I really am totally fine with anything. Zach is literally like
I'm buying the ticket with like the expectation that if the plane goes down, I'm fine with it. That's how much low anxiety my. You know where I get the anxiety?
I don't know.
Though?
I don't know if that's
You know where I get the anxiety though?
Okay, keep going.
I get the anxiety going to the airport. Tell me how.
Oh,
that makes
you're
sense.
that person.
Tell me how that makes sense.
Why? Because you're worried about missing your flight.
Yes, but
You're
I've missed
such
a
a
few
fucking
flights
nerd.
before. I'm so nerdy, dude. I literally am like,
We're
we
gonna
have
be
to go
20
3
minutes
hours.
late. Holy shit!
We have to go 3 hours early just in case because I have to find the terminal. Like I hate.
Are you wait? Do you do the like? I have to make sure my gate exists before I go to the bathroom or go get snacks or anything.
Yes.
I do that too.
Yes.
So I get that. But
I'm like, there has to be a bathroom closer to the gate. Like I'm gonna find. I want to see C36 before I fucking move.
I do that too, though. Like I do. It's funny because we're always like, okay, like let's see the gate, see where it's at, see what's around it,
Yeah.
and then we'll decide if like we really want to go all the way back to the other side to get Starbucks or
Which
something.
you usually don't. I mean,
No.
sometimes depending on the. If I'm 3 hours early, I'm going.
Well, yeah, there was one time that we were like, dude, what are we going to do here? Like, let's just fucking
Yeah.
go get food. And I was flying with one of my friends once and we had like a 2-hour layover. We just went to fucking PF Chang's. We were like, what else are we going to fucking
Yeah,
do?
yeah, yeah. Also, side note, I have a friend who told me one time she literally was like, "I love airports." I looked at her like,
Okay, but I feel that.
"What do
wanna
you
know
mean?
why?
Who loves airports?"
Okay, no.
weird.
I don't love airports. I love traveling.
I do too, but airports are not fun.
Well,
Like she said, it was like Disneyland when she.
okay, wait. No. Because I'm the type of person, actually, Miranda, you know what? I don't think we should ever go traveling together.
I think we would hate each other on travel.
Miranda, do you want to know the worst thing about me?
What?
Actually, that you don't know. And I think you're actually going to be shocked because I'm so type A. If I'm there more than like 30 minutes before we board, I'm upset.
What do you mean?
I don't like getting there like more than like
Like
30
you'd
minutes.
rather be like rushing up, be like, here's my ticket, than
I'd
like,
rather, first of all, I booked a seat. Ain't nobody gonna take my seat. That's
no,
why I'm
I'm
not
just saying the
stressed. I'm
door's
like,
about to
I spent
close.
$100 on the
The
seat.
door's
Nobody's gonna
about
sit
to
in my
close and
seat.
you're walking up like, wait. Okay, first of all, speaking of that,
No.
I will not run in the airport. You'll never catch me dead
She said,
running in the airport.
taxi.
No, girl, I will literally,
Well, yeah, because you're 17 hours early. The plane hasn't even gone here from
no, but
yesterday.
even on a connecting flight, like if I knew I was gonna miss it, I'm like taking my time. I mean, I'm walking fast.
You're the person we're all waiting on the fucking flight.
Yes.
Like, this bitch, where is this
I'm
fucking
walking
person?
fast.
Miranda Mashney, the flight is leaving you. And you're like, getting a fucking
I
water.
don't run, dude. I don't even run if someone's chasing me.
Okay, well,
Like I'll be like, hey, can I get one of those like
sir, I need a ride. Sir, the thing honking at you. Hey, can you take me? Can you take me?
It's
Can
like
you
an
take me?
86-year-old man and then just me.
You're just like on your phone, like twirling your hair and shit. I'm fucking dead.
I hate running,
No,
so
but you
I
wanna
will
know?
not.
I don't like airports. I don't like waiting. That's the thing I don't like. I don't like waiting. So I usually
I don't
hate
like that
I hate
either.
layovers. Because I hate waiting. I
Same,
hate sitting in
same,
airports
same.
because in my mind, if I'm sitting there and I'm just doing nothing, like that's adding to my flight time. So like a 5-hour flight's going to turn into a 7-hour flight if I have a
Yeah,
2-hour
I get it.
layover,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
realistic. But in my mind, it's like I could have been doing something with these 2 hours.
For
I feel
sure.
unproductive.
No.
So
yeah.
I'm crazy and I'll be like, fuck it. All we have to do is get there an hour before. Like we're going.
Like you'd rather risk that.
I'm not going to risk anything. I know I'm going to get there. What's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. I'm going to get there like fucking 10 minutes before they
But
board.
what if you hit
Whoop-de-doo.
traffic? Like, what if the security
No.
line is really
Okay,
long? Like,
Miranda,
do you have TSA pre-check?
I have Clear. I pay for Clear.
Okay,
And there's less people in Clear than there are in TSA pre-check.
I like Clear.
Anyway, I paid for that because I refuse to wait in lines. I hate it. I'm not waiting for anything. I don't like
Yeah.
it.
No, I don't like waiting either. I just hate the anxiety that I get. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
I get
typically
that.
get anxiety in general. I'm not a very anxious person.
Couldn't be me.
But for some reason, my
Not be me.
stomach is in knots going to the airport. And the second I find the terminal, did you? I wonder if you could hear that on the mic.
That's so funny. Zara's over there just playing an instrument.
Yeah, my cat is locked up in the room right now, and she's playing with a little door stopper.
Yeah.
I really hope they can hear that.
They can hear that. Okay, but you were saying.
I was saying that like I get super nervous going to the airport, but the second I like find my terminal, I'm fine. Like it all just goes away. I'm on my flight.
When
like,
you were a child, were your parents nervous when flying? Like, would they be really stressed out? Would it be like a whole ordeal before you get to the airport?
Okay, let me just say this. This is probably a segue, but my dad actually has a phobia of planes. Like he doesn't fly.
And now we know where it comes from.
No, because I love flying.
Yeah.
I just don't
but
like
the anxiety of
and
the airport and getting all of it, he probably was always stressed out. So you like learned that feeling.
I've only flown with my dad that I remember once.
Oh shit. Okay.
Only once.
It's generational.
And I had to calm him down.
Really?
Like it was so bad. I don't know if I should like be sharing all his like dirty laundry.
Don't air it. Poor dad.
But it's fine.
Sorry, Dad. We
he
love
probably won't care. He probably will think it's funny that I'm sharing this story. But my dad
oh no,
has really bad anxiety on flights. Like he literally has a phobia of flying. So like my parents
is it the takeoff or is it just flying in general?
In general, he doesn't like.
Hemi's like that too.
Yeah.
She
There's a
hates
lot
it.
of people who
Zach
like
hates
can't
the
fly.
takeoff.
So he'll take like anti-anxiety medication or whatever.
So many people do that.
Right. But not 9 pills. My dad took 9 by the time we got there. Like literally, he took a couple leading into. Well, so my dad's an attorney. For those of you, I think I've mentioned this on one of the other podcasts. But prior to that, he was a pharmacist. So he is very well familiar.
He
with
knows what he's taking.
What pills do what to you in high doses.
You're not gonna OD on anxiety medication.
So my whole thing, I was telling him like, Dad, that's way too much. Every time we'd hit turbulence, he had it in his front pocket. Every time we'd hit turbulence, he'd literally be like shuffling in his seat, trying to grab more pills, and I'm sitting next to him trying to calm him down, like putting my hand on his knee. I'm like, Dad, you're okay.
How old were you?
I think I was 20.
Oh, okay, so you were an adult,
or maybe 18, something. Yeah, I was an adult. And my brother was with me, and I just remember we had
shuffling.
Dude, my dad's freaking out. He starts grabbing like more pills. By the time we landed, I'm not even kidding, because we had a layover too. We had a stop. During our stop, he looked drunk. Okay,
oh
so
no, he was too chill.
His body was like noodles. Like I had to hold him up. My brother was holding him up. I was holding his bag.
Oh no.
And like I bought him a bunch of pasta just to like shovel it down his throat to like sober him up. And by the time we like got to his brother's house in Florida,
it was a flight to Florida?
He doesn't remember, dude. He doesn't remember. The next morning he wakes up and he's like,
Where am I?
No, he doesn't remember the entire thing. I said, Dad, we got you pasta. We were like at the house smoking hookah, and he doesn't remember shit the entire time. He
So
was
your dad
like,
just like teleported.
dude,
In his mind,
I
he
mean,
was like,
but
I'm there.
but stressed the fuck out of us. Like we literally, me and
Okay,
my
but
brother
in
were
his
like,
defense, it worked.
he got there.
He got there and he wasn't stressed. He didn't give a fuck. He wasn't passing them to you guys
In
like they were
his
fucking
defense,
mints.
it worked.
He was
Yes.
like, I'm not gonna remember
Literally,
it.
I was worried. I'm like, Dad, you're gonna overdose on fucking Valium, and he's like, no, the worst that'll happen is I'll just fall asleep, which is what I want. And I was like, Dad, I'm dead. It was crazy.
Okay, but that's amazing. I love that for him. See,
so
no.
I'm not advocating taking 9 pills, guys. By the
No.
way, just in case you're, I'm just saying this
Unless
was
you're
a
a
crazy
pharmacist and
story,
like go crazy.
crazy story, and I'll never forget it. So my anxiety comes probably from that,
Yeah, it's
maybe
gotta be.
slightly. I mean, I don't get nervous on flights. Like turbulence is fine for
No.
me.
Oh my God. You know, it's crazy. Since I was little, like when I was little, I would be nervous on flights, but I think I had to get used to it because my sister Lysandra, we're airing out everyone's dirty laundry.
I know. Cheers.
But she literally would puke
On flights
every time
poor thing.
we would get on a plane.
Dang.
She would literally get nauseated, and they like it was so bad. Like the flight attendants would bring the giant black trash bags that they like walk around, and it was just her head in it.
Not even the paper ones. Like she was like vomiting.
Dude, like it was bad. Like the
whole
flight, and it was literally like us from like Santa Ana to Florida.
No
her
way.
Fucking vomiting, and
that's
I felt
so sad, dude.
And it's bad because we were 5, so it was like myself, Talia, my dad, and my mom.
How
and Lysandra.
old was your sister?
She's like 10 maybe
or
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because she was older than me by like 2 years, 2.5 years or whatever. But it was really, I remember this one time, I think it was my aunt's wedding, but Talia, my dad, and I were sitting on one side, and then it was Lysandra and my mom on the other side, and there was someone next to them. And Lysandra's just the whole flight, dude. And like, dude, they would try to.
Is she still like that?
No.
That's weird. I wonder what it was.
I think she would just get really, because like we all had like really bad anxiety, understandably, our upbringing.
So she carried everyone else's shit.
I think she was just so nervous that she would just like freak out, and her anxiety would be she was like so heightened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just so funny because I just remember, I wish I could have a bird eye view of that, because I'm just picturing it. It's like Talia, me, my dad, and then my mom and Lysandra, and like literally we're like. Literally, my dad doesn't give a fuck. He's asleep. Talia and I are asleep, like watching a movie, and Lysandra's just, poor thing. And my mom's just there, like, it's okay. It's okay.
My God, your mom's like, oh, this smells like shit, but it's fine.
The person next to them's like,
dude, the flights are so awful because
but
I
think because of that, I got used to it, and then I don't care. Like literally, when I'm on a plane and there's turbulence, I'm like, oh, it's a car ride. I'm like, oh, hit a bump, like,
yeah.
Like, I don't care.
It doesn't bother me. No.
And I
like
love
unless
flying.
the plane drops like 200 feet, like
whatevs. Okay, you know what I tell myself, and I try to tell this to people who have really bad flight anxiety. I don't know if it works. I've said it to Zach, and I've told Hemi, and she's like, that doesn't help. But I'm like, what's the worst thing that could happen? You die.
Well, that's how I get over, because
what's the worst that's gonna happen? You die. Big whoop.
No, same.
You're not gonna know. You're gonna be dead.
For me, I'm all about like just relinquishing whatever you don't control. So for me, I'm like, I'm already up here. I bought my ticket. I chose my fate. I chose my destiny. Yeah. If this plane goes down, I'm going down with it. And if I survive, great. If not, great. Like that's just, there's nothing I can do at that point.
I think the mentality, and it's funny because I feel like this is probably a topic that a lot of people. I don't know. Maybe it's a topic that people relate to, but I think the fear of like dying and like the fear in general, it controls so many people. Yeah. And I think I definitely used to be like that when I was younger. And like one of the good things my dad did was he did teach us, like, you know, I have him in my brain in Spanish being like, don't let your brain control you. Right. And fear was like a huge thing that would always, like, my anxiety would come up and I'd be scared and I'd get anxious or whatever. And I think if you just accept that things are the way they're going to be, and like, you're not God, you're not the universe. Like you're a little tiny black pepper on this planet.
Yeah.
Like,
You have
it's
faith,
not a big
you
deal.
just let it be.
And literally. Alas, get on a plane and fucking enjoy it.
Because then it's the same idea. Like, are you never going to drive because you can get in a car accident? So it's the same thing. Yeah.
No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. So
wow, look at us.
We just went off topic completely, but
did we? I
mean, that was a very long flight segment, but it's fine.
Okay, but isn't that
I feel like
it's us talking about what's going on and and our days.
Yeah, for sure.
And flights.
Okay, well, hopefully you guys can relate to this, because definitely flights are
I think it's a hot topic. I feel like there's definitely the divide. I think there's people that like flying, people that don't like flying. And then to our original point, I definitely would spend more money for a nicer seat. I definitely think, because I've been that person where I get like 28 F or D or whatever it is. And they're like, sorry, everyone's bags have to be fucking checked now. And the fear of losing my bag, like, I'm so bad, Miranda. I put air tags in all my bags.
I do too.
Okay.
No, I do too.
But I'm
like,
terrified of losing it.
Well, I mean, I've lost baggage before. They find it, but
I would kill myself.
So I pack in a way that, like, whatever I have in my backpack or my carry-on, like whatever I'm keeping with me,
you're like, okay,
I can last the next day or so in case they need to find my bag later.
No, girl, I pack and I'm like, it's gotta fit, and I just have to make it work. Literally, I'm like, Dyson here. Okay, no, maybe if I put one boot in this one and one boot in this one,
your shit gets lost. Like, you have to be able to.
I don't plan. Nope, I plan for the fact that I'm controlling it, and no one's gonna. They're gonna have to fucking cut my hand off to take this bag out of my hand, because this bag is going above my head, and I'm gonna watch it the whole fucking flight. I'm gonna hear it going. Like, I'm not seeing this bag away from me, dude. I refuse. Like, if I can avoid
Are you serious?
Dude, I swear to God, that's why I hate fucking connecting flights, because they're like, okay, your bag will be at your final destination. I'm like, what do you mean? How is it going to get there? What plane is it going to be on? How is it going to get there before me? That makes no sense.
Like, I don't trust Joe in the back with my baggage.
No, legit. How am I going to believe you that you're going to go from this flight and then I'm barely making my flight? How's my bag going to get there?
Dude,
I don't fucking
so
know.
True. That's so true.
For like 30 minutes. I'm like, how's it going to get there?
I always think about that. I'm like, it's going to take them longer to get this freaking baggage on from one plane to the next.
I gave you my bag an hour before, and I'm watching it come on as I'm sitting on the plane. It's been an hour and 20 minutes since I gave you my bag. I'm not going to believe you that in 30 minutes of this little window, you're going to go all the way to the other side of the airport to a different fucking terminal and be like, here it is. Like, no, I don't believe you, people.
I know.
So, alas, I will pay more money, and no one's taking this fucking bag out of my hand. I'm gonna fucking give me that shit. Literally, there was one time. Actually, this was the last time we flew, dude.
Just give me that shit.
The last time we flew, this lady was like, "You can't have more than one personal item," and Zach was like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Your bag's too big." And I literally got so mad. I had already gone through, and I do this thing where I put my purse over my bag so they can't tell that I have like the large carry-on size.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, "Fuck you, bitch! You're not taking my bag, right?" I have that energy that I go in. Zach, he's got his little bag.
He's all nice.
Literally, he is. And I'm like the opposite. I'm like, fuck you, try it. You know, I'm like, hello. Anyway, so the lady goes, oh, your bag's too big. Like, we're going to have to check your bag. And I literally was like going down the terminal and or the little gate. And I literally was like, the fuck? Put my bag to the side. I walk back. I grab Zach's bag and I was like, no, he's not. I grab his bag. I throw it on the floor and I literally like, and I get on top of it and I start zipping that shit up because he had the expander open. Mind you, he had it because of my clothing. So I was like, hell no, she's not going to take my clothing, bitch. So I sat on that bag and I zipped the whole thing up and I was like, and I was like, it's fine, it'll fit. And she literally was like, She put the tag on it before he even had a second to be like, oh, okay. She literally was like, we're going to have to check this and put the little thing on it. And I was like, you fucking bitch. So that's why I grabbed the bag and threw it on the floor.
Oh my God.
We get to the end and this lady, the other flight attendant goes, oh, sorry, sir. Like your bag has a clip on it. We're going to have to, or like a tag. We're going to have to check it. And I was like, no. And I literally ripped the tag off and I was like, they said it was fine. And they were like, well, we're going to have to check it. I was like, we're not checking the bag.
Oh my God. And
I will Karen them. I refuse.
I will Karen them.
I don't Karen often, but when I need to take that hat off, I will absolutely put my little.
Did they?
Hell yeah, because I was like, I was gonna cause a scene, and they could tell. I was like, giving them the crazy Latina eyes, and they were like, "Enjoy your flight." And I was like, "Thank you. Do you have any hand sanitizer?"
she's Cariña, not Karen.
Stop a Cariña. That's cute. I like that.
Oh, you like it?
That's my new one. That's my new one. I like that.
Cariña eye.
Literally though, I'm fucking crazy. And like, I'm also the person.
It's hot in here.
It is hot in here. But honestly, it's just us.
That was so lame.
No, but on flights too, like I'll disinfect everything because like planes are gross. They're like,
they are really
we
nasty.
cleaned it. I'm like, I saw you literally. The person that's cleaning it, they have like AirPods in. They're just like,
yeah, no.
Eyes shut. I'm like, you don't even touch the seat. Like they're like cleaning the fucking air.
You bring your wipes?
I have Lysol wipes with me, and I wipe the seat, the headrest, behind the handrests.
Dude, I'm never traveling with you.
Okay, but hear me out. I clean the tray table, the screen. No, you hear me out.
I'm never traveling with you.
I'm a germaphobe. Wait, ever?
Okay, maybe
We'll
for
take different
like
flights. I'll be
a
in
road
9. You'll
trip.
be in the fucking back since you're not gonna pay for your seat. You fucking bitch.
She's like waiting at the front. Okay, Miranda, hurry up.
I'm like, did they give you your bag yet? She's like, no, it's in fucking China. I'm like, that's what you get. Anyway, that's our plane segment.
If we ever travel together, I really hope we have a story to tell.
There's gonna be. What do you mean? Every time I go anywhere, there's a fucking story because I'm
I
like,
can't wait.
I'm that person. Yeah. Oh, actually, I'll have something to talk about because we come back on Tuesday and then we're gonna do a quick film on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We usually film on Tuesdays, but so I will hopefully have some funny stories. We're having a connecting flight, so we'll see. There's gonna be something. I'm gonna see
How
someone.
long is your layover?
One of them, I think, is almost 2 hours, which sucks.
That's like the annoying, like, not in, like, it's too much time, but it's
Yep.
like, yeah, I like the like hours.
But
45 minutes, just 1 hour.
I'm also dealing with Zach, and like Zach doesn't like spending money, so I'll be like, "Fuck it, like let's just spend $700," and he's like, "I'm not paying $700 for a ticket," and I'm like, "Okay, well I want to go, so I'll wait 2 hours in the airport with you." But in
The
my
eye
mind,
roll.
I'm just like 2 hours. Like if you do the math, that's the same amount of money.
Well, that's how I think of it sometimes. Not always. It
Not
really
like
just
I'm
depends
working
on
or
my mood
something,
because
but
I'm kind of like Zach in some ways. I'm kind of like Zach. I'm like,
a
it's
lot
not
of
worth it.
ways.
Yeah, we are a lot alike.
Earlier,
That's
I was
why
like, "You
she
and Zach
like-
really are similar," and she goes, "That's why you like us," and I was like, "You're right."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you were saying
Shout out to Zach.
again every time Zach gets a shout out.
I know he's got to come on this episode or next episode, and maybe
You know-
not next, but
Wait,
maybe
you know what I was thinking?
what?
We should do a facial episode. He said he was down.
Really?
He's the one getting the facial, and then we're talking the whole time.
Dude,
Wouldn't that
I
be
feel
so funny?
so bad for him.
Okay, but that would be funny, no?
It would. He's actually down.
He's just like,
he's scared out of his mind. He's just like,
I'm doing his extractions. No, I'm just kidding.
Stop.
No, I would never.
No,
I would never
would
take
not
that
even
from
let
you.
you use that tool.
But I think it would be kind of funny to have his.
I wouldn't take that from you. I wouldn't even let you take it.
Of course, and I would never do that to him. I love him too much to hurt him. Like
yeah,
that.
right.
I'll
Okay,
pinch him
sure.
though. I'm a pincher.
I'm a pincher.
Should we do our thoughts for thoughts?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I feel like we definitely had some other things we want to talk about, but we can keep it for next week.
Okay. So let's do thoughts for thoughts. But
Okay.
before we get into that, I wanted to
Oh,
get
yeah.
into the definition of thought because
Yeah, some people don't know what that
some
means.
people asked me what it was mainly the old people, but I will
We love our listeners. All of you.
I'm teasing.
Shape, size, color, age, doesn't matter.
THOT. Thought stands
Yes.
for, Anhely, you want to say?
That hoe over there.
That's what it stands for. I didn't know that
That hoe over
myself.
there.
I didn't know that myself.
Right.
But I just
You didn't know when people were calling you that all the time?
No, I just thought it was like I didn't know it was like that hoe over there. I thought it was just
Thought.
I knew like what thought he meant. But
Sure,
like,
sure. It was just like a term. You didn't
Yeah.
know that it stood for something.
No,
Is that
I
what
didn't
you're
know it was
okay,
like an
that's what you mean.
acronym.
But so when we
that
say
the right
thoughts
word?
for thoughts, yes, acronym. That's
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
When we say thoughts, we mean like thoughts as in something you think of, and then for
Thoughts.
those hoes over
Like,
there, which is
Thoughts.
us and you guys. Sorry, Dad and
Us
Mom
and you guys.
and Uncle and all the others.
and Uncle.
We're not talking about those. Just the people our
And then
age.
also I just remembered the definition of banter, which is right above us, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
also did get asked that too. I think I should look this up because I don't exactly know like the translated definition. I know what banter means, like because
to
my-
us, yeah. When
yeah.
we did it, it's just because the banter from and let's see if I can guess it, and then you can look it up. I
Okay.
think that would be cool because I think I've googled it before to just be sure. But banter is like the conversation that goes back and forth. It's basically like oh, I'm gonna sound so dumb, but it's when you go back and forth in a conversation and you're kind of like teasing in a teasing manner.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Is that what it is? Read it.
It actually says the playful and friendly exchange of teasing remarks. That was like pretty spot on.
Yes, beach.
And then it says talk or exchange remarks in a good humored teasing way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
and which is basically like us.
Yeah.
Because we're always joking. We're always talking about something. And I mean,
Bantering
literally
off
always
each other.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
hear us last episode? We were basically fighting. So our thoughts for thoughts today is or are? Is? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Do you talk to yourself? Which
I do.
I don't like verbally talk to myself.
I do it all the time. I literally talk to myself in the mirror. I talk to myself in the car. I talk to myself at work. Like literally.
I don't.
Really?
So do you
That's
like
how I collect my thoughts.
is it like affirmations or are you just like saying things like
Everything.
random?
Everything. I'm my own best friend.
I'm just here.
Your mind's just quiet.
Literally, I'm just
No, I talk to myself all the time. I literally will
I talk in
like
my head, but you know what it is? I think my brain is like going a million miles a minute that I'm never not thinking of something.
mhm.
And so I don't talk to myself. Like I don't talk out loud to myself because it would literally be like, you know?
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
just
we
talk
want
in
to
my
know if
head.
you guys do actually. I'm
Yes.
curious because I do and Ellie doesn't. I definitely do affirmations. Sometimes, like if I'm nervous about something, I'll go in the
Oh,
mirror
yeah.
and I'll be like, "You got this."
Actually,
Do you not do that?
okay,
I do
so
it.
I only do that like an example is when I'm skiing and I'm like going down a like a
Scary
run that
hill.
I think is harder than I'm used to.
Yeah.
And I usually will tell myself, like, I coach myself through it. I'll
Yeah.
be like, you got this, like, breathe. And I'll say it out loud because if not, I don't believe it.
Exactly.
So I guess that's true, but
But that's the
that's the
only
only case
time.
that I would do it. And like
Okay.
I've done that before. Like
But what
if I
about if
get
you're
nervous,
working and you have a to-do list and you're like, "Okay, I did this, I did that. I need to do this, I need to do that." I do that all the time.
no, I think I literally just like cross things off,
Okay. I
which
talk
is
out
so
loud.
funny.
Yeah, I process out loud.
Well, I know people that do that. Like one of my counterpart at work, she literally will be typing an email and she'll be like, okay, and so I
I've
sent
done it.
the email.
I've done it at work with my
Are
clients.
you like
I
that?
literally have. Like, I'll be like doing an eyelash lift, and then I'm like,
And
okay, so
brush
I've
the
done step
eye. No.
2. I'm on step 3.
So it's keeping
It's
you
been 3
aligned.
minutes. Yeah. Not
So
all the
interesting.
time. It's very rare, but like sometimes I'll be talking to the client, and sometimes that conversation will get me sidetracked. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have to
yeah.
like keep another mental
Well, I
note.
mean, you do that sometimes, but with like dermaplaning, you count in your head.
I do.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Well, you've told me that you do.
Oh, okay,
Because
okay.
I'll be talking and then you're like, you're like looking at me and you're like, can you shut
I'm like,
up?
was that 7 or 8? Shit.
Literally, you're like, what's one more? No, I'm just kidding. But that's our thoughts for thoughts. And this episode was really just Anhely complaining. So
She
hopefully,
had a week, guys.
yeah,
If you can't
honestly,
tell.
yeah, this week is thankfully like because I'm flying out on Friday, it's gonna feel like Friday's my
And
Saturday.
you'll get a little bit of a break
Well,
from
yeah, and
like
I don't have to work on
Orange
Monday and
County.
Tuesday. Took
Okay.
some
And I'll get
time
a break from
off.
you. You had to have seen that one coming.
I didn't actually.
Really?
No, you really got me.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways,
Thank you guys for listening.
yeah,
And we will be posting another box on our Instagram for another thought for thought because we do
yeah.
like to hear your guys' feedback.
It's more fun when you guys tell us things
Yes, for
than us
sure.
like Googling funny topics, you know?
Yeah. We need a little bit of help here. So just
But
help us out and
yeah.
follow, subscribe. What is the
Like,
other? Like,
yes.
comment.
And if you are listening on one of the platforms, like a podcast platform, if you can rate us, that would be
Please.
super
Pretty,
appreciated.
please.
And yeah, we post every Thursday as a reminder. And we'll see you next week, guys.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.